the IQRMI Institute, I learned a wide variety of things.
I learned quite a great deal.
First thing that I learned was the importance of using multiple methodologies in terms of qualitative approaches.
I learned, first of all, how to situate myself in my research as a researcher, my researcher's identity, if you will.
This week has been a combination of academic scholarship, how to handle emotions, how to manage the different roles and caps that we wear in our teaching, in our research, in our service, and collegiate relationships.
I came here without a strong background in intersectionality, and I took away a lot of understanding of what that is and how that can actually influence the work that I do.
Specifically, the practical sides of qualitative research as it relates to coding, code books, training folks in coding, qualitative research, the difference between intersectionality and multiple identity.
Coming to the IQRMI, I thought that I knew a great deal about qualitative research because I've been doing it for past 10 years professionally and then before then as a graduate student. However, there are so many ways that I can actually really build upon my qualitative skill set.
So I learned that I am definitely a qualitative leaning researcher, but because the second thing I learned was so much content in terms of how to conduct mixed methods research, I also learned that I could potentially be a really fantastic mixed methods researcher.
There was a lot of technical knowledge, but also the inspiration of the quest for more.
I also learned how to do rigorous qualitative research, how to make my qualitative work more effective and more palatable to academic audiences for wider distribution.
For one, memoing is something that I definitely plan on doing before I collect data, during the data collection process, and afterwards. Another thing that I also learned too was about Deduce. That's actually a new qualitative software that I was not aware of before coming here that I definitely plan to incorporate in my work.
Excellent presenters, top-notch faculty who are well received in their field, so I'm just forever grateful to be able to be here.
So there's a wonderful quote that I always share with my grad students, and it's by Barbara McWhorter, and it says, "Never let your heart be dissuaded from what it truly wants to know."
It's never too late to bring intersectionality into the work that you do.
To the extent possible, to incorporate an intersectional approach into their work.
First of all, to come to this training.
Consider this methodology, consider these intersectorial lenses and qualitative research as a tool.
Really follow your heart and ask the questions that you want to know the answers to. Let your questions then dictate the methods, and if they happen to be qualitative or a mix of the two, then definitely come to the IQRMI because you will become more fluent in the language of mixed methods research.
It's always going to be an issue of inequities and social justice, and bringing that to the work that you do will always be impactful no matter what stage you're in.
My advice to a new scholar would be to really push themselves in terms of an intersectional approach. There's great value in it.
Find a way to get to this training. There's resources and information. The readings alone just set this training apart.
Consider this as a way to contribute, enhance, and expand your own scholarship and make new connections in the field.
Read widely other types of researchers and scholars who follow qualitative and mixed methods ways, because that way you can see exemplars of what you'd like to do, you can remain true to your discipline and your topic, and you can have a bit of oomph in your step because you can know what's possible.
If there's someone in your department that is not doing that work, there's a large amount of members of the academic community that person could actually pair with. So I would strongly recommend that individual reach out to individuals that are doing intersectional qualitative work.
In a first or second year position, to come to this training, to meet with people, to be mentored by the minds that are putting this training together.
This institute nourished my spirit because there's such a sense of newfound support and camaraderie.
I started my presentation as Good Morning Family, and I really genuinely feel that way.
The final day of IQRMI, I really feel full. Before coming here, I was hungry. I wanted more knowledge, and now I've gotten such a great wealth of information.
Coming here, I wasn't quite sure that this program was going to be a good fit for me. I was a qualitative researcher, but I don't work in academia. But every day I took something away from this experience. It doesn't matter if you're in academia or if you're in the private sector.
The relationships here, the possibilities, a light bulb in connection with a warm embrace. I think that those are the very tangible feelings as perceived for nourishment for my academic spirit, personal spirit.
This institute brings together people of color from all over, from multiple disciplines, and you gather a sense that even if you're studying something totally different, there is still a community of support.
And it really nourished my spirit just to be able to be here in a place of study that is safe.
We do the work for the marginalized populations that do not have a voice or their voice is very muffled.
I was happy that I chose to come here and that I didn't let the fact that I'm a researcher but not in a university setting deter me from that. And I would strongly encourage anyone else to come to IQRMI if you really want to broaden your qualitative research skills.
It's nourished my spirit in the way that I'm very invigorated to do the work. I'm really encouraged to work with the individuals that are here.
You're going to need some camaraderie, you're going to need some support, and you are going to need to be around like-minded brains and also faces.
I met a wonderful group of people. I was on a beautiful campus, learned awesome information, and I am eternally grateful.